On Saturday, February the 1st, I had an epiphany for which I shared my epiphany out loud. And my epiphany was, I wonder what our week of spending or saving would look like if we limited our spending to just the weekends. I guess you could call this, or would have called it, a low spend or a no spend, but it was an interesting week. Let me tell you how it went. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the results of our low spend slash no spend slash spending hack slash saving hack. I don't know, but for a long time, I've always thought about how we do spend money throughout the week, like Monday through Friday, but that money is typically money that maybe doesn't really need to be spent because we are maybe committing to something last minute or doing something last minute, or because we've ill prepared for the week or something like that. So typically throughout the week, money really doesn't need to be spent. We are off on the weekends, which of course is Saturday and Sunday. And typically our weekend does start around 4 p.m. when we get off of work on Friday. And oftentimes we'll even do a date night on Friday and stuff like that. It just really kind of depends. But for the most part, we do the bulk of our spending on the weekends. I don't know why that is, but probably because we have less to do, less responsibilities, and it's unstructured. This is why I have always wondered about this, and I'm going to share with you how that went. Again, this started on Saturday, February the 1st. I am coming to you on Saturday, February the 8th. I'm going to share with you how much money we did spend throughout the whole week and how much money we did not spend throughout the week due to curbing our spending. Okay, coming in hot, we have Saturday, February the 1st. Technically, this does not count as part of this whole hack because the hack is to not spend money throughout the week. So only Monday through Friday will count. But I want to share with you what spending might look like for us on a weekend, just so you can see how much elevated it typically is just in general, but also how much more elevated it was when we decided on Saturday, February 1st, that we were only going to spend Saturday and Sunday, which kind of gave us not a push to spend, but we were like, okay, let's fill up our gas tanks or do grocery shopping or what have you, like do what needs to be done. Let's think about doing what needs to be done at least on Saturday and on Sunday. This also would not include bills. A bill is something that we pay that has a due date. Not all bills are super important, like subscriptions, but that's what I consider a bill, and I consider just a regular expense to be literally everything else. Even if you look at our budget, we list all of our bills, and then at the bottom, we have a line item for saving, a line item for additional retirement, investing, and even a line item for shopping. And shopping includes literally everything that we spend money on that doesn't have a due date. So that would be gas for our cars, groceries, date nights, restaurants, concerts, parking fees, any kind of transportation fees, oil changes, small car maintenance costs, dog food, dog treats, dog toys. You get the point. So coming in hot on Saturday, we had our gym bill, which we pay every first of the month at $62. Technically, it's a bill, but I'm including it on here because we have not been to the gym to use our subscription this past week or the week before. So I'm not saying that the gym paying our monthly bill was a waste, but I am saying that it definitely was kind of like a frivolous spend because we did not use our gym in the past week, or really 2 weeks. But it's been like 70, 80 degrees in Georgia. So personally, I have been walking and getting my exercise that way. Next, we have Scentbird, which is a subscription. It is the only product-based subscription I've ever had in life, and I've had it for a long time, since 2022. My Scentbird subscription comes out every month on the 1st, and it is $18.39. I'm including this on here, though it's technically a bill, because it does lean towards like unnecessary spending of sorts. And the whole point of this is trying to track our unnecessary spending. It does lean unnecessary because it is overpriced, and then also the price is deducted from our bank account on the 1st of the month, but I do not actually receive the actual perfume until around the middle of the month. So I guess I just feel like I pay for something that I don't get for like 2.5 weeks. So in some ways it kind of feels wasteful, especially because it is overpriced and kind of like a waste of money. But that is on here, though those are technically bills by my own report. Next up, we have alcohol for mojitos. I went to the liquor store to buy the ingredients for mojitos. Definitely an unnecessary spend. I had gone on a lunch date on Friday with a friend, really a late lunch, early dinner, and I had a mojito. And I don't really enjoy buying alcohol or just buying anything other than food when I'm out to eat, because I just feel like it's overpriced. You know, like a drink could be the same price as a meal. So I did want another one because I love mojitos. So I was like, let me just buy my own ingredients. So that's what I did. After which, same day, we rented Den of Thieves 2 on Amazon, and we have been wanting to watch that for a good bit. So we rented it. I didn't really like the movie, so definitely a waste of money, though less expensive than going to the movies to see it. Even if we go to a matinee movie, it's still going to be more than $19.99 for the two of us. So we did save a little money, but it was kind of frivolous. Next up, my husband was going to be going out on the town, so he filled up the car that he was taking, which was a smart move anyway, because we were trying to be proactive and, you know, do our spending on the weekend just to try to limit the spending throughout the week. So filled up the car for $37.16. He then went to the club, which there was a $10 cover charge. He bought some beers for $20, and then he went to Checkers after the club for $12.36. On Sunday, we were out and about doing a couple of things, and we were going to be going to Target for something. I know that we are supposed to be boycotting Target, but I just got wind of that. So this will be so super easy for me. When y'all start, pause. I have a Walmart delivery subscription that I prepay for every June. Y'all want me to boycott Walmart? That's crazy work, but I'll see what I can do. But yeah, that would be money down the drain for your girl. So I don't think people think things through. Also, I was thinking too, when my husband gets petty cash to spend for, you know, because he's a coach, and he gets petty cash, it can only be spent at certain stores. One of them being Walmart, one of them being Target and such. So as y'all are on your journeys to boycotting and might be side-eyeing people who may be shopping at the stores you're boycotting, just remember there are certain parameters and just certain items that some people obviously just really enjoy. Maybe one certain item that maybe Target sells or Walmart sells. But anyway, we were out and about looking for something for the flag football team at Target. Could not find it, but while there, we did pick up a few items. None of them were unessential. We had gotten a couple of food items, some drink items, like some drinks. We got some meal prep containers. So we wouldn't have spent that money had we not gone looking for something for the girls. But yeah, $22.74 at Target. And then on that same day, we were going to McDonald's to get gift cards for the girls. My mother-in-law had actually gave us money to put towards what we were going to be spending for the girls. And we were doing the last bit of shopping this weekend. Because my mother-in-law partially covered that expense, what we paid out of pocket at McDonald's for the gift cards was $13.71. So that may be unnecessary, but it was giving. It was not because we ate at McDonald's. So our total spending for the weekend was $244.54, if I've done my calculations right. And of course, that is just to give you a little depiction about what our spending typically looks like each weekend, give or take like a date night or a restaurant visit. So maybe tack on like another 75 or so. So I think we are just normally spending about 300, maybe 400 or so per weekend. Maybe, you know, we're not clubbing every weekend and renting movies and such, but like for all intents and purposes, we do spend about 300 every weekend. And that is normally money that we could probably be a little bit more mindful of spending. let's move into the actual challenge of this, which would be the spending that did or did not take place Monday through Friday. On Monday, I purchased some Bath & Body Works hand lotion. It is the Sweetheart Cherry. I love it. I was getting one last thing for the girls for their senior night. By the way, we were shopping for my husband's 10 flag football seniors for senior night. And I needed to go to Michael's to get literally one thing for $1 and some change. And while I was out, I was thinking about how I had just earlier that day or the previous day ran out of hand lotion and I cannot live without it. So I went and bought some slightly overpriced hand lotion for $9.31. Day one already off to a rocky start. On Tuesday, however, we technically did not spend any money by swiping our card, but we did have 2 bills that are a little bit frivolous to be auto deducted from our account. That was Roku for $14.99. That is NBA Live. My husband does watch a lot of basketball, particularly Laker basketball. So this isn't frivolous. I'm just thinking about if we were ever in a bind, how we might cut our spending, and of course subscriptions would go. Next up, we paid for Peacock on Tuesday. That was $1.99. We have a teacher slash educator slash student discount. We're all 3 of those. Between the 2 of us, we're all 3 of those things. And that was $1.99. We do watch Peacock occasionally, but we definitely didn't watch it last week. Probably not gonna watch it this upcoming week. So for all intents and purposes, it is money that could better off not be spent. On Wednesday, we did not spend any money at all. We didn't pay a bill. We didn't have any bills to come out. All of our bills are auto deducted. So I can control when they're coming out. But what I'm saying is if the due date for the bill is the 5th, then that's when they're going to deduct the money. So unless I stop that, it's going to happen. But we did not have any spending at all on Wednesday. On Thursday, my husband would fall ill and he needed some sick day supplies. We have a Walmart subscription, Walmart Plus subscription is what I'm trying to say. And so I was like, go ahead, just order your stuff. Also, I already had some stuff in our Walmart cart because as I think of things, I put them in our cart so that whenever the weekend comes, which is when we normally order groceries, I can just place the order for all the groceries and toiletries and things that we need. So he did not spend $125.19 on just sick day supplies, but also on food items and of course a driver tip. Then we have Thursday's other expense, which was marriage counseling, except my husband was sick, could not make it, so I went alone. And that was $155.25. And I'm not saying I forgot about it, but I really wasn't thinking about it too much. But yeah, that was a huge expense. That was a large expense actually. And of course we can control when we go or don't go, but we cannot cancel last minute. So we could not get out of that amount. Couldn't get out of the groceries either, of course, because we have to have groceries. And I bought toilet paper and some toiletry items, so that's why it was pretty expensive. But that was Thursday. And then on Friday, which was yesterday, we had a no spend day. That would mean that the total spending for the entire week, bills included, is $551.27. Honestly, none of our bills are really crazy amounts except for our mortgage. Obviously, that's a lot of money that comes out the middle of the month, but I don't think that was a bad spend week altogether, and it shows because our bank account reflects that the lack of spending that we did this past week, like for real. In addition to tracking what we spent, I also decided to track what we did not spend, aka what we thought about spending money on but refrained because we wanted to push it to the weekend, to keep our spending to the weekend, because we wanted to just curb our spending altogether, and or because we wanted to just think through the purchase and not do it so impulsively, which was one of the goals of this little challenge. On Saturday, February 1st, it was a no thought of spending day because everything that we wanted to spend money on Saturday, we did spend money on Saturday. There was nothing that I really thought about spending money on that we didn't spend money on Saturday. On Sunday, however, when we were in Target, I thought of getting one of my favorite EOS hand lotions, which is $3.99, but I've already tried all of the scents that they have out right now. So I just opted not to purchase it. But then I kind of turned around and spent more money than that on hand lotion the next day from Bath & Body Works on Monday. Hear me out. I decided I was going to skip my Scentbird subscription, which I have done occasionally. I will skip it for a month or 3 months or what have you. So I currently have it skipped with the expectation or intention of canceling it, because I've decided instead of getting a 30-day supply of perfume that I cannot pre-smell, it's just a random perfume. I can look at the notes and ingredients and, you know, all of that to see if I might like it, but I can't actually even smell it. So I've decided instead of getting a 30-day supply that I pay almost $20 for, I'm just going to start buying full bottles of perfume for like $60 or so and do without Scentbird, which is going to kill me because I do like having a new fragrance every 30 days. But in theory, if I just keep buying a new bottle every 3 months, let's say, then hopefully I'll be able to actually not build up a supply, because I'm not trying to have like hella perfumes by any means, but I might actually in the next year or two end up with maybe like 5 perfumes and I can just filter through those and I would be spending the same amount of money. That said, I found myself on the Ulta website looking at perfumes. I saw that Ariana Grande, I don't know why, she just has a lot of perfumes available at Ulta and most of them are going for $60. The one I was thinking about is, I think Candy Girl, some kind of Candy Girl, I believe, and that is $60. So I thought of going to get that in that moment, but then I remember that I do have my perfume coming next week, and so I'm gonna use that for the next month. Normally my Scentbirds will last me the full month, but sometimes I'm going ham with spraying and it might only last me like 3 weeks, like the most recent one, which is why I'm out right now. I'm currently out of all of my Scentbird perfumes because I just used up the last one last week. I'm without it right now, but I will have perfume next week and then I'll use that for 3 to 4 weeks and then I'll start this. So while I was on the Ulta website looking at what they had in store before I went, I did not make the purchase. I also found myself on the Sephora website seeing what they had in stock as well. Not that I need to purchase from either of those stores. It's just that I am members at both of those stores, even though I don't go there that often, but I do collect points and such and get free goodies every now and again. So I found a little perfume on the Sephora website for $32. I did not purchase from either of the sites, but I was very close to going and purchasing one or the other, probably the Ulta perfume. On that same day, which was Monday, I was thinking about going ahead and purchasing my W-2s. I need my W-2s from an employer that has closed down and I need them for a particular reason. I keep talking about getting them month after month. I just never pulled the plug, but I really considered getting them on Monday and just taking that off of my to-do list. But I was like, wait, let me just wait. I'm waiting. Maybe I'll do it today, but that would have been $62. On that same day, I was very tempted to buy tickets to see the Hot Boys. If you don't know, I'm a Lil Wayne fanatic. I've been to like 15 Lil Wayne concerts, but I've never been to a Hot Boys concert. Many of the Hot Boys have been in and out of jails and prisons, but they are now united. And you might not care, but I do. I first became a Lil Wayne fan back when he was with the Hot Boys. So I just feel like I need to be in the building. I looked up tickets. Tickets are $379.60, this close to purchasing them, but decided against it. I'm probably still gonna purchase them, but I think I'm just going to go to the venue on my way home to my uncle's funeral next weekend, because then I can avoid all of the Ticketmaster fees and just all the fees. That was all of the potential spending on Monday. On Tuesday, I started to purchase my friends' birthday gifts. They are going to be $48.88. All of this is before taxes, by the way. But I decided that yes, it would be very proactive for me to go ahead and to have purchased last week, or this week technically, but I still have 2 weeks until her birthday, so I can wait to make the purchase. That said, if we continue this challenge, then I'll need to purchase either this weekend or next weekend at the very latest, because our birthday party is the weekend after that. So I decided I would just wait on it. That was all for Tuesday. On Wednesday, I was going to be going to a last minute meeting that is at a facility that is near my favorite coffee shop. I hardly buy coffee out. I hardly drink coffee, but when in Rome, when I'm in that area, I do buy coffee. The price of that coffee after taxes is $4.86. Thursday, I did not think of spending money at all. And then on Friday, which was yesterday, I did not think of spending. So in total, we saved ourselves $591.33 by not making these slightly impulsive purchases. The gag is, yes, I will have to order the W-2s or get a copy of the W-2s. I'm probably buying the Hot Boys tickets. I will buy my friend's birthday gift, but everything else, I don't have to spend money on or actually buy at all, or I can buy them at a later date. So that's how our little challenge went. I would ask my husband every day if he thought of spending money, and he would say no. The only thing he's gonna spend money on potentially might be alcohol, which we already have some here at the house, or eating out, because he might grab something before they get on the bus to go up to an away game or something. But because we meal prepped, really, when I tell you I cooked more last week than ever imaginable, I'm so serious. I literally was just making food. So we never were without and never tempted to just buy something. So there was always food here. It goes without saying that it's probably me that is thinking about spending money, but I will have you know, I didn't go tit for tat because I don't do that, but I feel like we may be kind of even on our spending last week due to just my husband going out and about and buying stuff for his girls and Roku and stuff like that. So we might be on the even side of things. So that's normally what it is. It's just, we just spend our money differently, but we don't spend a lot of money. Doing a no spend week altogether would be a little bit unrealistic unless I just canceled everything or didn't commit to anything. But like, of course I'm gonna get my friend. February is not a good month for no spend anyway, at all. But you know, we have birthdays and you know, stuff like that. I'm not gonna not purchase somebody a gift or something like that. If I were strapped for cash, I would. I have no problem with doing that, but I don't think I'm in any position to need to be like, oh, I don't have, you know, $20 for a gift card type of thing. But this, I think we can get behind. I'm actually already prepping for next week. Next week will be a little bit tricky because we have to go out of town for my uncle's funeral, and it's going to be a pretty expensive week in that regard, but it's pretty much just kind of focused on the weekend. But like, as far as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we actually shouldn't spend any money if we prep ahead. So we need to do an inventory of the fridge and pantry and freezer, all that, to see if we need to purchase anything. I know my car is almost empty, so I'll need to fill it up, or it'll need to be filled up. And what else? That's pretty much it. If we get gas and have food prepped for the week, that's pretty much all we need to really curb our spending. I'm not worried about Valentine's Day, but it will be a spendy weekend next weekend because of having to travel, but not because of Valentine's Day. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video. Let me know what your thoughts are. Have you ever tried a low spend week, a no spend week? Have you ever tried something like this? I don't know, it's just something I always thought of doing, and it makes sense in my head. Again, I don't think a no spend would be realistic, but definitely a low spend, just in general would be realistic. I would actually consider this past week's spending, you know, the Monday through Friday portion, to be relatively low comparatively. That's gonna be it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like. Subscribe if you're new and if you're liking what you're seeing. And I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye guys.